Hello, hola, welcome back to RenaRenaMomoney Plus YouTube channel. You know who I am. I'm your girl, RenaMomoney, here every week to bring you valuable information. And today, it's no different. We're going to talk about passive investing where you can earn high returns. So if you're finding yourself not where you want to be, or your retirement account is not high or it's not right, well then you're on the right channel. RenaMomoney is going to show you how to get more money and more money and more money. So come on in. We're now towards the end of January, and I'm thinking that a lot of folk are surfing the YouTube channel, surfing books, surfing videos, trying to find a way to do better. And I think what's happening is a lot of folk are finding they are truly not where they want to be financially. We all know that passive income is income that you do not have to actively do to obtain. So without further ado, I like to go into the high returns, and then we'll talk about some others. We'll also talk about some lenders. We'll talk about some real estate tips and a few other things. Now, I am not a financial advisor, nor am I a CPA. I would advise you to do your due diligence, pick which one is best for you, and then move forward. The first one I want to talk about is joint venture equity. Joint venture equity. I talk about that on previous videos about joint ventures where you want to partner with others, partner with other investors. There's a way you can structure that agreement where your money is working for you. Again, you must know how to underwrite and have the correct numbers. Those numbers are going to be important. Make sure you have the right person, the right agent, the right investor, the candidate, or whatever you call that person, partner. Make sure that they're the right one, that they have the same mindset, and they are trying to reach the exact same goal as you are with each property. And you're going to do each one as a joint venture contract. And you can get the equity from that. You can split it. You can say 50-50, 60-40. That split, your joint venture equity split. The second high return passive investment would be private lending. You can do private lending. You can do private lending in real estate and also crypto. Do your due diligence, look it up, research it. Private lending is an area that you want to move into if you're a beginner. A lot of times, if you are a beginner on here, again, I don't like to assume that everybody that comes on the RenaRenaMomoney Plus channel is a beginner. Some folk are already there. Some folk already have rentals. Some folk are already into apartments. Some folk are already into flips and all these creative ways. But the next level for you would be to become a private lender, because you're wanting to move closer to the passive, or you want high returns. Be a private lender. You charge an interest rate on your funds, and you say, RenaRenaMomoney, how do I get the money to be a private lender? That's another video, and we'll talk about that on another video. Matter of fact, comment and let me know if you're interested in learning more about being a private lender. I don't want to assume that everyone is trying to just wholesale. I don't want to assume that everyone is just trying to pick up property subject to. So number 2 would be private lending. The third high return passive income is rentals with a property manager in place. Having a rental, being a landlord, takes a lot of work. That is true, but it becomes passive once you put a property manager in place. So when you're doing your numbers, a property manager costs anywhere from 8% to 11% of the rent a month. So if you have $1,000 rent and your agreement with that property manager is 10%, then $100 goes to that property manager every month, and they will take care of everything. They will do the turnaround when the lease is up. They will redo the lease. They will handle all the repairs. That makes it passive. So I also have a video on being a profitable landlord. That's key. Take some time out if you're already there. Take a look at that, because I go over some great tips and tools on how to avoid losing money and how to be a profitable landlord, because there is some ups and downs about it. But if you don't make some of the same mistakes that people have made over and over, if you're starting out fresh, check out that video on how to become a profitable landlord. The fourth high return is having a PAM account with crypto. In Forex, there's Forex exchange and there's cryptocurrencies. And if you haven't heard about these two things, then you are needing to come from up under wherever you're up under. Crypto is about to truly take over. And the way you earn passively, if you don't know a lot about turning, if you don't know a lot about investing, you don't know a lot about stocks and moving everything and the companies and all that good stuff, get a PAM account. If you look in my description below, I have a link where you can sign up with the PAM account, and they do all of the investing for you. They'll do all the trades for you and give you a percentage of the earnings every week. So look at my description below. I have that link. Sign up. You will need a sponsor. I can be your sponsor. You sign up. If you have further questions on it, once you sign up, then send an email and we'll go from there. But a PAM account with crypto and Forex is the fourth high return for passive income. Very lucrative, very lucrative. You can make a massive amount of money. I would say those are the four categories in real estate and stocks, or what's the best categories for 2023. Those are the four high return passive income. There's others. You have crowdfunding. Look in the description below. I have something in reference to crowdfunding where you can click on, put some money into it, and let your money work for yourself. There's others like affiliate marketing, digital products, sell digital products. That's another good one. Once you put that online, once you create that, it's going to be a little work in the beginning, but once you create it, and then you have continuous sales. So digital products is also another great passive income. Matter of fact, I think I talk about that on some side hustles. I have 2 videos where I put out like 10 or 15 great side hustles that can get you through and make you like $4,000 or $5,000 extra a month. We're not even putting that much time into it. So make sure you go down the channel and check that out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Please do so if you haven't subscribed, because I come on this channel every week to give you valuable free information to help you crush it in life and crush it in real estate. Actually, there is so many different passive ways to make money where you don't have to work hard, and the economy is making it very easy because they have a lot of things online, a lot of work at home, a lot of things. You can just click a button and make money. Another way you can click a button and make passive income is with REITs. I talk about that. I have a whole video on REITs. REITs is one of my favorite because it allows you to invest in real estate without all the hustle and bustle, and I talk about that. REITs, R-E-I-T-S. Do your own due diligence, check it out, go down my channel, look that up. I talk about the best ones. That changes because the market changes. Now there's a few that I always stick with. There's a few because they invest in like Walmart, those big, fortune companies. And if you want to hear more about that, again, make a comment below or schedule a coaching call with me if you need some help and you're trying to dive into getting more passive income and you want to add the real estate and add other things. Also, too, another great passive income is dividend stocks, investing in ETFs. We talk about that. There's so many great ones. You have to research yourself. But there's ETFs. That's a slower way, but it is a passive way of adding that money. Now, here's a tip. Here's something I want to give you that no one's talking about. And when I say no one's really talking about this particular passive income. And that's cloud mining. Check that out. I'm not going to go deep into it, but check that out. You got to get into this if you are going to be wealthy, if you are going to leave a legacy with your wealth. As you're finding that passive investment that you want to dive deep into, if you're considering the private lending and a joint venture, if you're going to stick with strictly real estate, which I don't recommend, again, I'm not your financial advisor, but if you're saying, okay, I'm going 135% into real estate, just be sure to avoid bad deals. Make sure you're vetting out your partners. Make sure you have people that have experience. The borrower have experience. If you're going to be a lender, make sure they have experience. Don't jump out there because they're offering 50% in two months from the money that you're going to lend and all that good stuff. Make sure they have experience. If you're saying, okay, one of the passive income that I want to dive deeper in is these rentals. I want to get more into rentals, RenaMomoney. But what I would say about that is when you get into being a landlord, you must pay attention to the economy. That's going to make a big difference on rental rates. That's going to make a big difference on the mortgage rates. It's going to make a big difference because you're starting to buy more properties. You need to know what builders are doing and so on and so forth. So be sure to understand and start paying attention to the economy if it's the rental route that you want to go in. I said that because the White House is preparing new tenant protection. They are trying to control the rent hikes. And as you know, even if you are a renter or owner, the property that used to cost $1,500 $2,500 a month to rent is now $2,000 a month to rent. The property that used to cost $2,000 is now $2,400 a month to rent. Well, the White House is jumping in and getting involved in that. That's to give you some notes on what's going on. Before I go any further and give you more tips and tools and more learners, I like to recognize my new subscribers. I stream your name across my screen. I like to say thank you, and I want you to congratulate yourself because you've taken these steps to become a better you in 2023. You are geared up and moving forward and about to crush it. So thank you for all the subscribers that are coming back. I greatly appreciate you taking the time out your day to listen to me give you this information, and I appreciate you for being there and listening. And you should applaud yourself for taking the time out to make yourself a better you. Schedule a coaching call with me if you like at Calendly.com/RenaRenaMomoney if you have a specific thing going. If you have a deal at hand and you say, okay, well, look, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, schedule a coaching call. I also have a couple ebooks that you may want to check out. Make sure you hit that more, M-O-R-E, that little arrow, and go down and look at some of that information and resources that can help you out. One good thing is a lot more inventory for rental homes is coming out. Although new rules and guidelines, they are trying to make it affordable. And when I say they, I'm talking about the government, the White House. They are trying to make it more affordable because it's really getting out of hand in some states, whereas you need to make at least $80,000 just to get a one bedroom. I mean, I'm in Florida, so it's not that bad, but rent hikes have increased, which is good for landlords. But on the other end is buying. If you already have some, there's a lot of different things playing a role here. I know back in 2020 and 2021, landlords took advantage of the low interest rates, but things started changing towards the end of 21, and we saw the effect in 2022. So be mindful of the economy. At this time, builders are reporting issues. KB Homes reported they experienced 68% contract cancellation rate. I mean, that is unheard of. People just walked away. Builders will be cutting prices more and more as we go a little farther in 2023. So make sure that you are prepared financially. Make sure that you have some funds. Go get that line of credit. I've always screamed stuff across about line of credit, credit cards. Go out here and talk to some sellers so that you can get these properties and obtain these properties. At this very moment, buyers are on strike now because the rates and the prices are too high. But as 2023 goes a little farther in, it will go down due to so much inventory. Trust me, I've been doing real estate since 2003 and I am familiar with the actions. This is the exact same thing that happened in 2007 and in 2008. Before I leave, I want to give you some more tips. That's why I always tell you, always stay to the end, because all through the video, I may not put a picture up, but all through the video, I'm giving out valuable information. I want to give you some ways, and I should make this a separate video, but I'm going to give you some ways to buy houses without banks. And we may make a separate video. If you comment below and let me know if you want more information on that, because there's ways you can obtain properties without the banks. Everybody think they always have to go to the bank. There's so many creative financing that you can utilize. So let me throw out some quick ways. Rent to own. You can go out and get properties where you rent to own, and you'll eventually. The second one is land contracts. The third one is subject to, my favorite. I've even talked to a few of you on coaching calls about subject to. The fourth one is lease options. Lease options. You got to get into this, guys. The fifth one is seller finance. That's another great one. That's a killer one. That's a really good one. Those are the ways that you can actually leverage your funds. And you know, we're always talking about leveraging your fund. And last, joint venture. There's several more, but we're going to stick with those. We'll do a video on that. Rent to own, subject to, some land contract, lease options, seller finance, joint ventures. Just so many different ways that you can buy houses without even going to the bank. So if your credit score is low or you're right at a 600, you first need to start working on that credit score, because that's going to impact your what? Your interest rate. And we talked about that. We've also talked about Airbnb. We've also talked about vacation rental homes. Look at the last video, the previous video. I kind of go in a little bit about how you can get an Airbnb and start up a vacation rental business without owning your own property. So much. Anything to do with real estate, RenaMomoney is your girl. So I think that'll do me for today. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you again. Make sure you come back. Always stay to the end. And thank you again, and you take care.